Zeke, you want to kick us off?
Thanks, Karine. The President's comments earlier regarding the Hamas response on the ceasefires and hostage deal talks. The President described it as over the top. Does he believe that there's a workable path forward with Hamas still demanding a permanent ceasefire as a condition for releasing the remaining hostages?
So here's what I'll say, and Secretary Blinken spoke to this, and as the President said today as well, Hamas has responded to the framework of a hostage deal. This is as we speak towards a hostage deal. The United States is going to review that response. There's still a lot of work to be done here before we have a deal. So we are not going to get in the way of that. It's very, well, look, they have a deal. They have responded to a framework hostage deal. We think that's actually incredibly important. We're going to review that response. Look, there's a lot of work to be done here. We're going to be really, really careful. These are sensitive negotiations. As you know, this is a negotiation process that has been also led by Qatar and also Egypt, those leaderships there. And so we're going to be really careful not telegraphing that information about the response from here. But look, the President has been very clear. You heard from National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. He was on multiple networks doing interviews, talking about the next steps here. It is important that we get to a humanitarian deal. The President has been, and his team has been working around the clock to get this done. We want to make sure we get those hostages home, including the American hostages. We understand there are about 6 of them that are part of that, that are part of the folks who are still part of the hostages, I should be more clear, that are being held. We want to get them home. We want to make sure we get that all-important humanitarian aid to the Palestinian people. That's what we're working on, and I'm not going to stand here and telegraph anything there. But look, they have responded, Hamas has responded to a framework of a hostage deal, and that's critically important in doing what we need to do in getting these hostages home and getting humanitarian aid in.
On a different subject, 2 more ships came under fire today in the Red Sea. The deadly attack on Kurdish fighters, the base that housed Americans a couple days ago. Does that signal that the President's strategy now of striking these Iranian-backed militias, but not Iran directly, has not had its deterrent effect or even reduced their capacity to carry out these sorts of attacks?
So look, we believe, and you heard again from National Security Advisor on Sunday, that it has, our response has degraded their capabilities, and we think that's incredibly important. Look, the United States, the President has said this. You heard this from our NSC colleagues here. The United States will not hesitate to take further actions to defend against these unlawful, reckless attacks against the U.S. ships and international commercial vessels. We've been very clear about that. We will act, and as you know, we have formed a coalition with obviously with other countries to make sure that we respond. We respond to this.